In a land far away, there lived a young farmer named Ethan. He shared a small clay and straw house with his father, Thomas, and their loyal dog, Bruno. Life was simple, sustained by a few chickens and a small cornfield. They were poor, but their hearts were full of happiness. Every evening, father and son prayed together. Thomas would always tell his son, "Life as a poor man isn't easy. But if you work hard and trust in God, He will guide your way." Ethan held these words close, dreaming of a day he could own good land, help others, and always honor God. Bruno was more than a pet. Was. Wah. He guarded their chickens, trotted alongside them to the market, and kept watch over their home each night. Their days were peaceful, filled with love, but one day a shadow fell over their lives. Thomas fell ill. His hands began to tremble. His voice grew faint, and soon he was too weak to work. Ethan had to carry his father home on his back, with a worried and silent Bruno walking beside them. Night after night, Ethan prayed for his father's recovery. But Thomas only grew weaker. With his last breath, he held his son's hand and whispered, "My son, don't lose your faith. When a man loses everything but keeps his faith, he still has everything." Ethan buried his father under the big tree where they used to rest together. Bruno stayed by the fresh grave, whining softly. Just when it seemed things couldn't get worse, tragedy struck again. A fire swept through their small farm, turning everything to ash. Ethan collapsed to his knees, crying out, "Why, God? Why take everything from me?" But then Bruno came and licked his hands, a gentle reminder that he was not completely alone. It was just him and his faithful dog now. So Ethan decided to leave what was left of his home. He stood by his father's grave and promised he would return one day. With a small bag on his back and a walking stick in hand, he set off, Bruno faithfully at his side. They walked 4 days, sleeping under the stars, drinking from rivers, and sharing meager scraps of bread. Eventually, they arrived at a small village, but no one offered help to the poor, weary, exhausted, and hungry. Ethan found an old, abandoned house on the edge of town and decided to take shelter there for the night. Before he slept, he prayed, "Thank you, Lord. Even with nothing, I still have life and my faithful friend." The next morning, his luck began to turn. A kind man named Pedro offered him work on his farm, giving him food and fair pay for his help. When the villagers learned where he was staying, they looked at him with wide, surprised eyes. "That house is cursed," one warned. "They say a spirit guards a hidden treasure there." Ethan simply smiled. "I don't need treasure," he replied. "I only want peace." That night, something strange happened. The air in the old house grew cold, and Bruno began to growl at a dark corner. A shadowy figure appeared, a spirit. Its voice echoed in the room. "Young man, why are you here? Do you seek my treasure like all the others?" Ethan trembled, but he spoke with honesty. "No, sir. I lost my father, my home, everything. I'm only looking for a place to rest. I want nothing more." The spirit's form seemed to soften. "You are different," it said. "Others came with greed in their hearts, but you came with faith and purity. The treasure you truly seek is not gold, but the blessing of God and weed." That the spirit vanished. In its place, a small wooden chest appeared. Inside, Ethan found old coins and sparkling jewelry, a real treasure. He fell to his knees, whispering, "Thank you, Lord. You never left me." Ethan used the treasure to rebuild his father's house, help the poor in the village, and start a new life, with Bruno always by his side. From that day forward, the villagers would tell the story of the young farmer, a story that reminded everyone that God rewards the humble, and that the truest treasure is found by those who never lose their faith. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires.